Hey there, my name is Pravus, and welcome to more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, playing as the Dominion of Canada. We finished up another war against the United States, headed to New England to reform the United States again. So what is this, like the third iteration at this point? I mean, technically the last one existed, but like it's not even a democracy at that point, it was an autocracy, so we'll call this the third United States. We're currently trying to invade along the Amazon River, one of the worst places to fight in the game, so I'm not looking forward to this at all. We're cleaning up France, and we've almost finished off Italy at this point, and Russia is getting eaten up by Ukraine, as well as some of the folks over here in Belarus and the Baltic Duchy. So Russia, probably not long for this world. I don't know if this technically counts as a separate war, but if it is, once we're done with the Third Internationale, we'll send some troops up here to Norway, and we will assist them in some way or another. But at this point, France's days should be numbered. They've called in a bunch more people into the war, ironically, but unless they're considered world powers, it's not going to do them a whole lot of good, now is it? We are struggling with our supply here, surprise, surprise. If we can please grab any form of local supply generation, that really would make a huge difference. But look at that organization going down. Garbage, absolute garbage. Let's take a look at supply here. Yeah, you can see how bad this is. I'm trying to build up some railways over here. I did queue that up, so we're trying to spread the resources out. But one thing we could do that might help a little bit is stop taking so many supplies from the port itself. So I'm going to set up another fallback line, let's say over here. And I'm going to move at least a handful of you back this way. Still not a great spot for supply, but at least we stopped taking up so much of it before it even has a chance to go downstream. Or I guess in this case, upriver. But I think you get the idea behind it. All right, so these guys are trying to push over here. Can we have any of you guys get over to, let's say, Altmira? Is this an option? Can I have a bunch of you attack Altmira, actually? And one of you head up over this direction. We got to Macapa over here, so we've already got some local supply generation there. I will need one of you to try to get up here to Belém, which is another port, so maybe we could actually send some additional resources. It's not much, though. The Peru-Bolivian Confederation just attacked Chile, so that's going to be a thing now. A Lend-Lease from India. What do I have a shortage of? Anti-air. We are almost out of that. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's fun. The Union of Britain still exists, apparently. Also, Syria just declared war on Lebanon, and the game's freezing up, which means something's about to end. There it is. Alrighty. So, Germany has decided to eat almost all of France proper. Which, you can imagine how much the Kingdom of France is going to like that. Union of Britain, I need all my states. That's for sure. I don't care about anything else, really. I mean, I'd like to take others, but I really need this. So Germany might just eat all, and I mean all of France. That could happen. Unfortunately, I can't take very much. Take this. Yeah, they're taking more and more. The Germans are devouring France. Holy crap. Okay. Well, as long as no one else takes anything in the UK, I guess I don't care too much. The game might be about to change rather drastically for me here. But that's the entirety of the British Isles. The question is, what else do we do? I think we start liberating Italy or Sweden. Anything else strike me as really important? We could start working here over in Brazil, I suppose. Yeah, they got some resources I wouldn't mind taking. We could probably create some variant of a client state over here. Take that. Pass. Pass. Germany just took a bunch more of something. Okay. Well, they got rubber and stuff over here, which is part of what I want, but some of this is too expensive to be worth it. So we'll start with that. Then let's start taking, say, Sicily. We could try to save, let's say, Aquitaine and stuff and feed that back off to France, just so they have some sort of a foothold over here. And actually, the reason that that might be good is I don't know if maybe the direction the game is going to take me now is in a war against Germany. And if that's the case, having any sort of a foothold in France would allow us to start blitzing through this against the Reichspakt to some degree or another. So we'll end this. Take Garonne. Then, let's see, Germany's eating Sweden. I don't relish the idea of them getting that. I don't think I can feed this territory off to Norway, unfortunately, but I can snag some of this away from them. So we'll take all this. And then, yeah, let's go ahead and start working our way up Italy if we can. We'll probably create like a Naples client state or something along those lines. Pass. Eat, eat, eat. All of this. Okay, some of this territory is now getting extremely expensive. We will eat all of that. They finished off Sweden. I guess we can take Tripoli. Feed that off to somebody. Looks like Brazil is still mostly for the taking, but that's kind of it, so we'll take that. And then I guess, yeah, we start eating the rest of Brazil. And then that leaves only Italy, which I would like to take the rest of if no one else wants it. Which it looks like, for some reason, Austria is letting me do. So I will take all that, and that's the end of the war. Okay. So, that's going to be fun. We're about to have to partition up a whole load of land, but we took a ton of states. So that's all a thing. Military factories, I don't really know what to do with, except maybe go ahead and start manufacturing tanks, and we'll swap that out for a new tank template later. Let's go ahead and start working on more fighters, I guess. So what else can we do here, then? We can do the Return of the King event. London is now back in our hands. The capital in the very heart of the British Empire. At long last, we can restore the United Kingdom and the monarchy. The liberation. Greater London area. Yeah. Do we click the button? I think I partition the land first so I can control what happens to it. And then we'll do that. Unless, of course, it would let me do it as the United Kingdom. We could save real quick and test this. I think I will. So if I click this button and return to the king, it's going to take 15 days, so it turns out I didn't have to wait that long. Oh, by the way, Russia is, in fact, still involved in a war. Okay. France and Brittany exist. So now we have the Kingdom of France, we have Brittany. Okay, this is getting complicated. Don't know if that's quite what was intended to happen there, but let's go ahead and send at least a handful of troops somewhere. Send, let's say, some motorized up here to go and assist. I don't really care. Go. All right, so we'll do that. India's changing their lend-lease. That's fine. Let's see what happens once we have the Return of the King event. We skipped the Fellowship of the Ring and the Two Towers, but that's fine. Who's worried about it? We failed with the West Indies Federation. Apparently, Guyana, Jamaica, and the Caribbean islands are all considered to be unique things. Japan just declared war on German East Asia, which might mean the co-prosperity sphere is about to fight against the Reichspakt. Bad timing for you there, Japan. Return of the King. We now need to play as the UK. Let's just check. I assume that I don't get to decide any fates. I don't. Okay. Let's reload, partition the land, then we can do this. All right, partitioning time. Caribbean islands. Liberate the West Indies Federation again? Sure, we'll go ahead and liberate them. Guyana, give it to the West Indies Federation? I say no, we release them as a new independent puppet. Jamaica, independent. Trinidad, also independent. No. Yes? Now let's give that to the West Indies Federation. I guess it don't matter. Brazil. We could decide what to do with each region individually and probably partition Brazil. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and release them as one big nation. Italy, the Italian Republic, give it to Sardinia as our allies. Decide what to do with each one. I think this one we're going to partition. So let's start with, let's say, southern Italy. Release the two Sicilies. Yes. Then Rome, give to our Sicilian allies. Okay, we'll do that. Piedmont, we can only give to people, so this one I might give to my ally. Let's give to Sardinia. Lombardy. Make a new one, a new Italian Republic. No, I think this one we give to Sardinia as well. Acre we give to Brazil. Give to Brazil. Give to Brazil. Tripolitania we would go ahead and release. And what the heck happened with the rest of this? For some reason, we weren't able to give away Tuscany. And I can understand not giving away this entire state if part of it was owned by Austria, but for some reason, this isn't being given away. That's weird. Occupied territories. Let's see if we can control some of that directly. Huh. Alright, I decided to reload and try this again and create the Italian Republic to the north. That did solve a couple of the states up over here, but it still doesn't do anything with this chunk of land over here. Tuscany, Umbria, Marches, Romagna. Yeah, all this is messed up. I don't know what's gone on with that. Also, I haven't been able to release any territory up here in Sweden, which I find a bit awkward. I can't release any of this territory from France, which I find a bit awkward. Yeah, some people are going to be getting very mad at me very soon, and I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to do about it, if I'm honest. Weird. Okay. Maybe we just need the rest of the states to recalculate, and the game could only do so much or something like that. Like, obviously, this is all horrible border gore, and I really want to get rid of it. In the meantime, though... Oh, there we go. Okay, okay. That was, in fact, it. Some of this now just has to be taken care of here. So, this we'll go ahead and give to our Italian allies. Tuscany, we give to our... We could make actually an independent republic, but why? Let's give that to Italy, and we will give this to Italy. There we go. So we have an Italian republic and the Kingdom of the Two Sicilies now as their own independent thing. So now France and Sweden are the two that are really messed up. Everything else kind of looks all right. The West Indies Federation I did make a little bit stronger than I did before, but Jamaica is still independent, so we'll live with that for the moment. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of all we're gonna do. Okay. Can we... We can't do any investments. We can, however, invite a bunch of people, but I'll do that in a little bit. I assume that I get to stay the leader of the IEDC. I might be wrong on that. Italy United, hooray! Congratulations. I'm actually going to try to finish up one of these factories real quick, and then we'll do a tag switch. Might as well, am I right? Might as well. Let's see. I don't think that we're going to be able to build anything else out here, though. Once the AI takes over Canada, they're going to cancel pretty much all of this. And understandably so. I'm not going to wait any longer for that, though. So let's go ahead and click the button. We're going to play as the UK, which is going to change a few things, I am sure. Actually, I guess we could have waited on this. We were going to have to wait 15 days anyway. Ah, darn it. Oh, well. Yeah, so I don't know what's about to happen, but we're going to see in just a little bit what happens once we become the UK. I think I get a whole new national focus tree. Don't know what's going to happen with that. Canada, of course, as we already know, is going to have the option now. Oh, hang on. Visit by the Canadian Prime Minister. What would this have done? Master over America, approach them, solidify our relationship, trade any territory we hold, improve... Oh, that's only if I was going to give land back to them. Nah, don't worry about that. So anyway, they're going to get this whole Return of the King thing, and then they're going to have an option as to whether or not they're going to be loyal to the Empire or not. Unfortunately, the popularity and influence of the British Exiles is very low. We're going to have an abdication crisis now. Are you serious? Right, so just as we take over Britain and restore the British monarch, the monarch's like, nah, I'm done. Alright, well, we're gonna play as the UK. This whole series is about playing as the British Exiles, after all. So now we've got that. We're back to being the United Kingdom. Canada still holds all this territory. It's a bit messed up. The Reconstruction Authority. Alright. Now it continues. So we've got all of this to do again. Hello. Okay. Boy. Is there a way to, like, say, hey, Canada, can you please stay in this? The Irish question? Gibraltar, Falklands, West Indies? Do we rebuild the empire? Answer yes. Returning the favor. Ah. This seems like something we would probably want to do. Yeah, there's a lot we need to do over here now. Wow, wow, okay. It's like we're playing a whole new game. I'm back down to only a few research slots, but we didn't get to keep everything? Aw, man. We got to keep... I think we actually did get to keep all the tech we had researched before. If I had held off a little bit longer, we might have been able to get some of this tech for free. Which would have been pretty darn cool, but okay. We'll live with it as is. Let's go ahead and continue working on some additional factory output and construction. I have to rebuild an entire stinking nation. Everything's all messed up, okay? Everything's all messed up now. Marine Special Forces will pass on some of that. Let's go ahead and start learning how to make some better tanks, I think. Factory-wise, we've only got 23. How many civilian factories do I have to work with? Only 12. Oh my god. What's our government policy look like? We're down to a civilian economy. And we have a very split government. The syndicalists are surprisingly strong here. Oh no. Oh no, the UK is gonna suck. And I got like no resources either. I gotta trade for all of it. This is gonna be terrible. Aw, man alive. All right, do we even have any soldiers? I don't think we have a single soldier. Oh no. We should have stayed with Canada. Is what this is gonna come down to. Fighters. Go ahead and start producing some of those, and let's start producing some of our close air support. That's all we can afford at the moment. I've got... Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, recalculated. Now I actually have some steel again. Okay, we're back to that. The new British Army. With the restoration of the United Kingdom, a large number of British exiles who have been drafted are now the first to return home. They've been assembled into a number of Home Guard units desperately needed to maintain order. Soon to follow them are the senior generals and admirals who've been serving in Canada up until now. We get limited conscription, which gets me some law back. Okay, at least a little bit. Some manpower comes out of that. Canada loses a lot of their manpower. They send me a lot of stuff. And then a bunch of characters are no longer British exiles. They join, so we get all of our generals. Okay. The Restoration. At long last, King Edward VIII entered Westminster Abbey today to be properly crowned, as virtually all English and later British monarchs have been throughout history. But he's abdicating immediately, so what's the point? All right, we add post-war devastation, which grants nothing. Legacy of the Revolution, which grants nothing. Army in chaos, which makes our army suck. Long live the king. Reconstruction authority announced. While the monarchy has been restored to the British Isles, many policymakers feel that the country needs to undergo a difficult desyndicalization process. I wholeheartedly agree with that one. Syndicalists' rule permeated deep into British culture and society, as well as the economy, so it must be rebuilt along with the many homes that were laid waste during the war. The paternal autocrats party are now in charge. All right, so what do we get as far as troops? They gave me 19 units. It's not much, but at least it's something. Call to arms against Russia. I accept. I mean, it's going to reduce my stability by a lot, but, like, I accept. Why not? Okay, that's fine. Dockyards. We do know we need to do that. Do I get to retain my template for my subs? Nope. And I don't even have any experience, so I can't do anything. Gosh dang. Game, why do you hate me? Why? Why? Oh my god, why would anyone play as the UK? Why? Okay, well, we'll just make subs for now. It's the cheapest, simplest way to go. I got plenty of British steel. That's no issue. As far as general, you've been kind of awesome, so we'll keep you. And then as far as a field marshal, we'll take you. Y'all got a lot of awesome stats. We'll take that. Greek aid arrives. Thank you, Greece. Pleased by us. Hey, that's nice of them. Who would have seen that coming? Lend leases. Thank you. Yes, send me all of these things. Do I get any puppets? Okay, I keep my puppets. Hang on, that's significant. I get to keep Brazil, the Italians, Tripoli, and Liberia as my own personal subjects, those transferred over from Canada. Panama sent me some aid. Panama! Bow, bow. Thank you. And an invitation to the IEDC. I will join, but I can't give you much, unfortunately, because I kind of need to rebuild my government. Liberty Day, political power, all right. IEDC advisors, resource gain efficiency, consumer goods. Would the consumer goods make much of a difference? I have no factories. Whoa. They're all gone? All of them are gone? All right, well, we'll try to reduce that consumer goods a little bit. The exiles are encountering resistance. This is gonna suck. Those British citizens who fled the United Kingdom after it fell to syndicalist rule, or the exiles, have encountered increasing resistance now as they begin to return to their country in large numbers. Disputes over the ownership of homes and estates which have been abandoned are frequent, and resentment towards the wealthier exiles who return untouched by war and poverty has become the norm. King Edward launched a radio appeal to the British people, reminding them that the exiles are the very reason their freedom has been regained, but they are not returning conquerors, but as lost lambs brought back into the flock. Even so, many believe it will take years to heal the social divide. Yeah, because a huge number of the Brits actually supported the syndicalists, so we're returning home to almost effectively hostile territory. The Canadian Governor-General. Now that King Edward has returned to the United Kingdom, he can no longer sit personally at the Canadian House of Commons. Yep, okay, Mackenzie King is now in charge over here. The time has come to appoint a Governor-General to stand at its head. The question is who to send. Rewarding one of our generals with the prestigious post will look good to the military, but the Canadians would not appreciate that. No, we need to keep Canada, because Canada could abandon me. So, Prince Albert? No. Give the job to Lord Mountbatten. Whoever the frick that is. That would really upset Canada. A man like John Vereker will do well in Canada. They don't like that. Or, spend political power, let Canada choose for themselves, and they'll like that. Yes, choose your own representative. We're not here to mess you up. The United States requests manpower for their garrisons. What? No, what? Why are you... No. Why are you having problems? No. Okay, I need to get some rubber. Of course, they are currently under attack from, I have no factories. I can't trade for anything. Never mind. Gosh dang it. What the heck is going on here? If I don't find a way to get out of this into early mobilization, like, soon, we're going to be in trouble. My economy's at a complete and total standstill. There go all the Canadians, by the way. Bye! Syndicalist militias are still very much a thing, so they're going to start causing problems. Oh, no. Oh, no! 60% construction speed, factory output, dockyard output, and 40% consumer goods. Oh my god! Oh, this is terrible! We're so screwed! Wow! Alright, well, everyone else is sending me good stuff. Thank you, Portugal, for sending me some aid. The Union soldiers return. Now that the war is done, surviving soldiers who fought for the Union of Britain have begun to trickle back to their cities. The syndicalist scum! Some still injured, but most simply fearful they'll suffer repercussions for something they had no control over. You guys could have rebelled. The Scots joined me. What was wrong with the rest of you, huh? Let's see. Many are looking to re-enlist into the military, though the British Army is by no means ready to accept them yet. Even so, should they be treated as veterans, that will mean treating their injuries and providing them with stipends. A large number of Britons who have sympathy for them. Yeah, but the thing is, if I don't do this, we're going to upset a lot of the local populace in Britain. So we've got to treat them as misguided youths in order to try and heal the rift. It's really important that we do that. They were only doing what they were told. That's so much political power to lose. I can't do all of that. I can't do all of it. Forget the manpower. I need the political power just to try and get my economy under control. Though, truth be told, even if I did go to partial mobilization again, it's not like that's anywhere near enough to save me. Oh, man alive, guys. Exile relief efforts begin. While Britons may not yet be grateful for their presence, the returning exiles are undoubtedly in the best position to offer relief to those in the United Kingdom who have been left ravaged by the war. Lord Mountbatten, who led the way, spending millions of his own funds to set up a homeless relief shelter in the heart of Manchester and Liverpool, and has called on his fellow exiles to follow suit. Soup kitchens and tent cities have sprung up from one end of the country to the next, some government funded by many, underwritten by the wealthiest exiles, most of whom have expressed, like Lord Mountbatten, that it is their duty to help those who have been left behind. If I believed you, I would say this is a welcome sight. I suspect this is going to lead to some sort of corruption events, but we'll see. Alright, my troops are passing up through Norway. We're going to have some pretty bad equipment in a minute. Return of the French exiles. Oh! Okay, hang on. Canada did get an event to hand this back off to France, and they did it. Good. When we say return of exiles, though, we don't mean very much land, but you got it. What are we going to do about Sweden? No idea. British bankruptcies, of course. Okay, let's see. Close the doors in Luton headquarters, making the third major bankruptcy declaration since the creation of the BRA, the Reconstruction Authority. Most of the large companies have transferred over to the union ownership, and with the future of unions in question. Right, so without proper capitalists' private ownership of the means of production, the unions are in kind of disarray and no one can really take over. We might need to repurpose the unions, but I can't do that because then they might become filthy syndicalists again. Oh, God. This is gonna be hard. Okay, the Reconstruction Authority. We begin our operation with Parliament itself restored. By the way, are you abdicating or not? Because I need to know. Prime Minister Anthony Eden, standing next to King Edward, stood on its steps to announce the Reconstruction Authority was underway. Members of Parliament were already streaming into the building for their first session, where discussions would be held on the emergency lifting of import restrictions, and there was a definite feeling among the large crowd that things were soon going to return to normal. A few protesters holding Union signs disturbed the ceremony only briefly before being led away. Paternalocracy goes up. Fate of the Unions or start the trials? We'll start trials, I guess. I don't know which is best exactly, but we're going to start with it. Let's go ahead and start sending our troops to assist against Russia. Let's see what we can do over here. Some of you guys might be able to do something. Just punch through them a little bit. Reconstruction begins. Given the green light by the BRA, a large number of reconstruction projects have begun throughout the country. With loan restrictions loosened or outright ignored, the construction companies have been able to hire on many thousands of eager workers and begin the process of restoring homes to the teeming numbers of homeless families. As the first houses had their frames put up, cheering watchers said it was the first real feeling of hope they've experienced in many months. No, Haiti, get out of here. Okay, so that's fine. So that's good. Stability goes up. Technically, we probably should not have joined in on any sort of a war. So my stability would have had a chance to go up, but that's fine. Can we find a way to get over here to, like, Chem or something? Can any of you do anything? I really probably shouldn't be sending my troops over here. We're kind of suffering a fair bit. It's not like I produce much in the way of, like, tanks or anything. Arthur Horner surrenders to police. While many of the Union of Britain's syndicalist leadership have gone into hiding, or, as with Oswald Mosley, fled the country entirely, Arthur Horner appeared today and surrendered to the British police. Even though he knew this means being placed on trial, he said, "I cannot in good conscience abandon my socialist brothers and sisters. We may have lost the war, but the battle is still being fought for workers everywhere. If they are to be put on trial for their ongoing fight against oppression, then so shall I." Crap, he's turning himself into a martyr, which improves syndicalism. I wonder if it's possible for me to actually become syndicalist again and reform the Union of Britain. Not that I want to, but I'm wondering if that's actually an option. I don't know. Can you guys finish the war on your own? How long is this going to last? Because pretty soon I need to get out of this. They don't have a lot of ground left. If they can get up to Petrograd, they'll be fine. Canceling some more leases. Yeah, we're making some good pushes over here, but to be honest, I think we stop. We've researched the basic engine. Right, we wanted to learn how to make better tanks, didn't we? Could do heavy tanks, not going to worry about that. Could go for basic armor protection. April 1941, huh? More resource gain doesn't do me a lot of useful stuff. Could go for the advanced computing machine a little ahead of time. I could go for an upgrade to my torpedoes. Did we even get a navy? We've got one ship! Where's the British Navy? Oh my god. So this is a thing, right? If you annex a nation in Hearts of Iron 4, their navy's disbanded. If you puppet them, you get to keep it, right? That's known from vanilla HoI4. Kaiserreich is built not to puppet things, but only to take the land so you then decide what to do as far as events. Right? That's how it's supposed to be. Oh wow, there's a whole load. Oh my god, I need so much political power. Anyway, so that's the reason my navy's gone, is because the way that Kaiserreich is set up, I'm kind of supposed to lose everything. See if you can get up to Chem, at least, at the very least, see if you can do that. Use them, try to get some local supply generation. We'll see what happens from there. I don't really want to keep my troops in the front line, though. We're losing too much equipment. It's not worth it. Yeah, and the Norwegian horses are doing their thing, apparently, but... There we go. We're now starting the trials. All right. The trials have begun for syndicalist leaders captured by British forces, including Arthur Horner, who turned himself into police not too long ago. Horner's trial has received considerable attention in the British media, and he's spoken eloquently about the need for Britain to come to terms with the history of labor, but also its future. Indeed, there are some who regret giving him a platform at all, as he seems to have gained many sympathizers. Make sure the sentences are not harsh gets me stability. Make examples, gain political power. I've got to be somewhat lenient. I have to. And I cannot keep these troops here. Let's go ahead and pull back. It sounded fun for a little bit to stay involved. I've obviously got a bit of a bloodlust going on right now, but we can't keep doing that. Let's go over the fate of the unions. I've got to stabilize the country somehow. But I don't know what to do. All right, well, we're gonna end this video here. At least Canada likes me and they got to retain their own leadership, so that's been great. But, yeah. There's a lot we need to do in order to stabilize Britain. This apparently is going to go on for a bit. I don't realistically know what's going to happen as far as the rest of the world order and whether or not I'm supposed to go to war with the Reichspacht. I don't even know if we're going to be able to reform the actual empire itself. All I know is I am gone from a fairly decent country with a really powerful alliance network to suddenly being pretty dang weak. And by pretty darn weak, I mean like infantile weak. So this is going to be very interesting. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, I'd ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.